Welcome to the Aesthetic Doctor Podcast. We don't shy away and keep secrets here. We empower you with education, telling you the truth about all things aesthetic medicine while encouraging you to be the best version of yourself. It's time to look great and feel good doing it. This is your host, mom, speaker, and board-certified physician, Dr. Judith Borger.
Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 79 of the Aesthetic Doctor Podcast. This is Dr. Borger, and today I have the immense pleasure of welcoming Kate Moshika of Moshika Beauty. Join us to meet Kate Moshika, and as we talk about her impressive and inspiring journey from beauty influencer to medical student to female founder of Moshika Beauty. Also, learn why she developed the incredible lashes that they have at Moshika Beauty and how it is like to live life with the perfect lashes. Hello, listeners. Like I said in my intro, I have the incredible Kate Moshika with me today, and I'm so excited to talk to you about all things lashes, business, entrepreneurship, and your journey. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Borger, for having me today. I'm so excited.
Yeah, let's dive right in. I love your lashes. I don't know how many of you are seeing this on video versus on audio. So you just got to believe me if you're listening to this on the podcast, they look phenomenal. And we have had this conversation. One of the reasons I love your lashes is that I have zero skills when it comes to lashes. I could never get the glue-ons to work. I have sensitive skin. And with any of the magnetic ones, I felt like they wouldn't really stick, if that makes sense. They would be good for 10 minutes and then you'd have a wing all the way up to your hairline and so on and so forth. And I literally tried your lashes, and the first time I got them and every time after, I still get them. I feel like I've been burnt by lashes so many times that it's still like this big mental thing for me that I'm like, okay, let's do this. And then every time I'm like, oh, it's working again. Like I still can't quite believe it. I'm wearing them now. We might have to cut something out so you guys can see it. And I'm also wearing them with really no other makeup than lipstick because I'm a minimal makeup wearer. So that's the other thing is they look good whether you want to do a full face or if it's like every day and you just do your moisturizer like I do. Click lashes, boom, lipstick, and you're looking fabulous.
It's everything. I think it's because when human, we connect, we speak, and we look into each other's eyes. So the eyes speak louder. So I think once you have lashes on, all the attention go to your eyes and all the other part of the makeup just disappear. But I feel like having nice lashes along with good skincare is really everything to the minimal makeup look because you don't need a lot of maintenance for your skin in terms of like foundation, concealer, and all that. So it's very light, having good skin, having like facials that help maintain or like treatment that maintain glowing skin, and then just adding on lashes and lipstick, like you said, and you can be out the door in a couple minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny that you say that about the glowing skin because one of my sort of jokes is that I have to have my skin look good because I'm not
Your
really good
skin
at
is
makeup,
glowing
like,
right now.
right?
It's glowing
But
through
it's
the
only
video.
funny because there's a kernel of truth to it, right?
Yeah.
And I do see that really with my patients too, that as we improve their skin and as we improve their self-confidence, the amount of times that I hear after laser treatments or things like that, wow, all I have to do is do a tinted moisturizer, meaning they feel like it's more of a choice as to what they do versus I have to cake on 800 layers
Right.
to hide something.
Oh, I 100% agree. I feel like the older I get, the less makeup I wear, but it's also come along with having good treatment. I did had some laser treatment, and I feel like ever since then, I just put on tinted moisturizer or facial mist, something like that, and get the skin glowing, and the skin also speak for yourself of your health from within too.
Yeah, so I would definitely love to talk to you about some of the K beauty that you've launched because we carry your products.
Yes.
And I have this rule that I don't carry any products, no matter how much money I can make on them, if I don't love them. Because I always, first of all, the best sellers, when people are like, oh, your skin looks glowing, like, what do you use? And I can legitimately say, this is what I use, and not, oh, this is what we sell, but really I use this other
Mhm.
stuff. Then you don't have to sell it because you're just sharing
Right.
it and you're going
Exactly.
like, this is amazing. I especially love your toner. In your K Beauty line, you have a toner that I love, the eye cream, a good refreshing mist, just like you said, especially in
It
the
is
winter as everybody's
amazing.
skin gets dry, like halfway
Right.
through,
The
we
glow.
drink our water, but we can also spritz it on.
Yeah.
So you want to talk a little bit about the inspiration behind your K Beauty products?
Yes, absolutely. I did went to med school for about a year, and during that time, I was under a lot of stress because of studying and everything. At the time, I'm like figuring out myself. So I broke out so bad, and with someone who never have acne problem, that destroyed my self-confidence to the ground. I have active acne, literally bleeding on my skin, and that's when I found out that regardless of how expensive the makeup is, if you don't have good skin, it doesn't matter. Nothing will cover it. Nothing will boost your self-confidence the way that having good skin does. So that's transfer me into my value over skincare than makeup, because I was a beauty influencer too. So I was big on makeup and also younger. So I wasn't putting a lot of attention on the skincare side. But ever since then, I start focusing more on what I put on the skin and be more mindful of the ingredients. Me, myself, having sensitive skin also adding to the difficulty of finding the right products. So when I went back to Thailand and to visit my parents during like med school break, I have a breakout. I see dermatologists to help fix my skin, fix my acne, and I decided to switch my entire skincare routine to something more softer side and more like lighter on the skin. So I started using Korean beauty, which is big in Asia. Even in Thailand, we use Korean beauty product as well. And I use that on myself. I was able to recover my skin back to normal, and also alongside of leaving med school too. So the stress go down and then you take care of your skin from there on. It has been such a journey for me. It wasn't like an overnight skin routine result. I'm just being honest. It has been a journey for me to recover my skin, but switching to K Beauty did change my skin back to what it is today, which I'm so grateful, and hopefully never have to experience those again. So I wanted to share my product and bring it to US, because I feel like there might be other people who are going through or have been through what I went through with the acne, and they couldn't find product because within the US we have a huge market of skincare, but I feel like it's still limited somehow. So with Dr. Borger carrying our product, I am so grateful for that, because now she has another line for any of her patients that have sensitive skin, someone like me who walk in and don't want to get peeled and don't want to get something harsh or like chemical or burning sensation. They just want something to maintain and recover their skin. So that's where it's inspired me that there might be someone who went through the same issue as me.
It's incredible to hear your journey. And I think too, if anybody sees you, they're going to be like, there's no way you ever had acne,
Right.
because your skin is like a flawless
I
glass.
still have
And
pictures.
it's like
It's crazy.
gold, right? So again, you're speaking for your own products, right?
Yeah.
And I have rosacea. And so rosacea, as you well know, is also very
Yeah.
sensitive skin, except
Sensitive.
for instead of breaking out, even though there can be pustules, it gets very red, it gets very irritated, it gets very
Right.
burning. And even though we, of course, in a med spa do a lot of treatments, what people do in between the treatments is
Right.
so important.
So
It's
right.
like the food you eat every day, your consistency of going to the gym, all the sleep you get.
Right.
You can spend thousands and thousands on treatments. And then if you don't take care of your skin on the daily, you're
Go
only
hand in
getting
hand.
limited results.
Right. It's like home care remedy too. That's why I said it wasn't just the K beauty, it's also me leaving med school and my stress level. So I think it's like hormone, which affect by diet and your daily activity, things like that too. So both together with good skincare treatment, facial, laser, anything like that, I think it helps to bring your skin back to a healthy level. And I'm so glad that you mentioned that you try our lashes because I know you mentioned you have sensitive skin and like allergic to latex. So I'm so glad that you don't have to go through any of those burning sensation or swollen with the lash. That's another reason why I wanted to build our lash, because I have heard so many horror story about like getting lash extension, but I feel like every woman deserve to look their best, and it doesn't have to be a hassle, it doesn't be a high maintenance, it doesn't have to be costly. So I think this is a really great alternative, and to have you try it and you send me your video was so cute. You applied them in second. I was so proud. I was watching
That
it
was
like,
my first
oh my
time.
God.
If you want to see it, it's on my Instagram. The day we got it, I was like, let me try it. And I honestly like videoed it, but had very low hopes. And there it was. I was like so excited. I was like, oh my
Yes. Yeah. So
God. And you can
I
tell
saw
that it
the
does
video.
change you before and after, like in an instant. Like you
Yes.
said, it draws like eyes to the face. It
Attention.
just makes everything look better. And of course, especially on camera. Talk to me, for those listeners who might not know exactly what you're talking about, some of the allergic reactions and problems that can happen with traditional lash extensions.
Yeah, so I myself, I did try lash extension in the past. So I'm speaking out my personal experience and also my client experience. So when I was in college, I wanted to get lash extension because when you wake up, you go to class, it's so easy and convenient. But for me, it's just the cost was not really affordable, because you have to get them filled in every 2 weeks. And for the hygienic side of it, you are out of your lash all day long, and then you come back home. When you remove your makeup, you have to remove your makeup around the lash area so that the lash stay in longer, because we want to get our money worth. So we were like not cleaning everything except the lash. So imagine going to bed with it. It can end up causing a lot of eye infections, for example. But for my client, what they mentioned to me is that they have a client that come in and they did get, maybe when they were younger, they don't have the latex allergic reaction. Once you grow, you older, your body, your immunity change. Someone who usually get lash extension, never have allergic reaction, one day come back in, could have a totally different reaction. So her client was losing lashes, like they were falling off, that they have to pull off the lash extension. And another one is that they get the tingling, burning sensation, which this one is very common with someone with latex allergy. So it's swollen, and then they also have to take it off and take some time, like about up to a week for recovery. So with our lash, we use vegan ingredients. We are formulated with dermatologists, and we also latex free. So anyone with sensitive skin, me myself, I love talking about my lash because I always have them on. So I feel like I never have to sell them because it's always on my face. And I have sensitive skin. People around me who have sensitive skin or allergic to latex have tried it. We also work with ophthalmologists on our product, which they recommend as well as an alternative to lash extension.
So I love that. And I think what I really respect about you as a brand is that I think sometimes, especially in the beauty and in the skincare industry, people think they have to suddenly bring out 89 products, right? And no single brand has 89 products that are amazing,
Yes.
right? So most of the time you're like, oh, I really like the serums from this brand and I really like the cleanser from this brand.
Right.
But somehow brands sometimes have this like thing of you only need to use our stuff. What I love about what you have done in your entrepreneurial journey is to say, okay, I'm going to go for like specific, really great products. I'm not pretending you can get all the stuff here. Like, I don't have, let's say, a tinted sunscreen. I don't have a whatever, whatever. But
Right.
guess what? I have a phenomenal, like, eye cream. I have a phenomenal toner. I have a phenomenal mist. Lashes is what we're known for. We have great lashes. And like the products that you have they're all really amazing because you're not trying to do this thing where you're like the grocery store of makeup where they can only get your stuff and that's a complete regimen. No, you're focusing on some things and you're doing them really well.
Thank you so much. And I think that's how we were able to partner together. Like you said, you have to speak for the product you use because otherwise you cannot. I actually started my lash line because I was hired as a beauty influencer to promote a magnetic lash brand. And I told them I really don't believe in this product and my face is going to show. So please take your money back. I'm sorry, I can't promote it because it wasn't working for me. Like it was falling off, it was heavy, and I didn't feel safe putting magnetic around my eyes. If it worked for someone, it's great, but like for me at the time, just wasn't for me, and I didn't feel comfortable talking about it, which is also another reason why we don't have a high range selection of product, because everything I carry in my collection is what I try and use daily, almost like all of them used on daily basis. So I can speak from my own experience, and I feel really confident and comfortable. And I want all my partners, including you, to feel confident and comfortable talking about our product as well.
I love it. I love it. You have had a really interesting journey. And I love in this world that female entrepreneurs are really like rising to the top. And there's so many amazing female entrepreneurs like out there, like including like people like Sarah Blakely and just like women that are leading the way. And I love that you're like a young, determined, successful female entrepreneur. You've mentioned a little that you started in med school and then felt like that was not your passion and it was not really for you, the high stress lifestyle. It was detrimental to your health. Would you just share like what was like the pivotal moment that made you redirect your life? Because I think a lot of people have thoughts of doing entrepreneurship, and there's only certain ones of us that actually jump off the
Jump.
ship and do it, right?
It's like a jump. It is a jump.
Yeah.
It's like jump or not. Yes. So for me, when I was in prior to starting med school, which you probably agree with me, we have to do shadowing, volunteering. Our life constantly revolve around medicine. We don't really get to do anything else beside medicine, even like prior to getting into med school, because you have to build that resume, right? Or like for application. So I never really get to do anything. Even on weekend, I'm shadowing or volunteering at the hospital until once I got accepted to med school. I had, I think, 6 months gap before the school start because I graduated spring rather than fall. So like my cycle is off. So I told myself like, okay, I got accepted. I got this out of the way. I wanted to do something that I've been wanting to do because I know that once I start med school, I'm not going to have a life. So I quit my full-time job at primary care clinic at the time. And then I only worked for a weekend just to pay my bill, cover my bill. And then I went full on mode, like recording makeup tutorial because I love makeup and I always like wear makeup, try makeup, and I never really do a tutorials or anything. It was just like my personal love for beauty and art. And then once I have that 6 months off, I only work on the weekend. So Monday to Friday, I was doing makeup tutorial video just to share. I didn't even want to use my face in the beginning. I was telling my friends, hey, can I use your face? But then it's so hard with the schedule and I don't want to bother them. So you know what? I'm just going to use my face. And hopping on camera with no makeup was a really interesting moment of my life because I don't feel confident without makeup, but back then when I was younger. So but I did it anyway. I did it out of comfort zone. Nobody know about it because it was a whole new beauty account. I just want to start with no judgment. I just wanted to put myself out there and share my beauty tips with other who might be interested or if it beneficial for them. And of course, I did film every day, post every day, and then one day the video start going viral. I think it's because back then there was no Asian wearing tons of makeup. because Asian beauty is very minimal makeup and very makeup, no makeup look. But me, I went 5 shade eyeshadows because I love arts, I love color. So I use my face as a canvas. And then I start getting reached out by Sigma Beauty, Benefit Cosmetic, Laura Mercier. I start working with all these big brands. Within that 6 months, I think I grew into 20,000 followers and working with major beauty brands. And then med school started. So I have to make the cut. And I told my followers that it has been a great journey, but unfortunately, like with med school, I won't be able to like post as much, and I have to focus, and I want to put my all into medicine because that's how much I have worked to get into it. So it would be crazy for me to leave med school for this, right? So I went into med school, but every single day I just feel like I was not fitting in, but I still try to. This is what I'm supposed to do. And this is what I work hard for. So there's no way this is it. But inside of me, I know that something was off. Every day, I always question myself, what would have been like if I didn't leave and continue the beauty journey? So I keep asking myself every day that until the very end of the year, I went through the whole 1 year. It was horrible, like friends, school, every situation was so bad, which is probably why I was breaking out really bad then too. So at the end of the year, I had to submit like financial aid or something. And I asked myself, it's really expensive too, on top of that, before submitting it. So I'm like, okay, if I submit it, it's mean I have to go on another year. Is this something I really see myself doing, let alone 10 years, like 5 years, the next 5 years? So I asked myself that question. Am I happy to do this for the next 5 years? And unfortunately, the answer was no. And I couldn't no longer lie to myself at that time. It was really hard. My parents are immigrant Asian parents. I'm an only child. So for me to do this is like dishonor to us all. It's like dishonor to the whole family. But I break the ice and call my dad and, hey, I think I am leaving med school. It shocked my whole family, but it was the point where I had to make decision of, I know that what I choose, whichever career path I choose, but I am happy. My family will be happy with me at the end of the day. That's what I told myself at the time when I was making decision. It was really hard. I feel like getting a divorce or something at that time. I did break it to my family, and my dad wasn't as supportive at the time. I think he like didn't talk to me for 3 months after that. And but my mom was super supportive. She was like, whichever direction make you happy and healthy for you, like she want me to go with it. So that was the moment I decided to leave.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that so honestly. And I think I think it's so brave to go against something that society has told you, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you were told your entire life that being a doctor is what you're supposed to do. And again, you're fulfilling your parents' dreams on top of your own, right?
Right.
And then to really listen to that inner voice, that
Yes.
inner
And
knowing, that higher self that says this is not actually going to
right.
make me
It's
happy.
like me going against me. Like me going against me. I don't know if how to explain it, but that feeling was like me fighting with myself and being straight A student, doing well in school. This was not on my path at all. And it's really take my ego down a lot. It really humble me. It's really me fighting against my ego. And sometimes ego do get in your way, and things could, like so many people, I feel like ego got in their way for where they could be the best of themselves. So I think it's going through that really humble me, really changed my mindset with a lot of things. And it changed my perspective of life as well.
Yeah. So what was that next jump from dropping out of med school or quitting med school to being an entrepreneur, or was that always like at the same time?
So funny thing is that I didn't think of building my own brand. I just wanted to be a beauty influencer. I just wanted to be a beauty blogger because that was my only opportunity to get to experience something outside of medicine, and I truly love it. I love sharing the tips, and then it makes the other person feel beautiful about themselves. It's not just like the surface, but it's more of like the feeling that I get to transfer and I get to feel the energy that I receive from them make me so happy. Like when they found out, oh, this is how I can conceal my under eye. Oh my God, now I feel refreshed. I feel like I want to go out for dinner. Like that feeling, that energy that I get from people around me after sharing beauty tips, it just fulfill me. And I think like being a doctor, it's like you want to help other, but this is my way of helping others and it's fulfill me as well. I think that's where I wanted to continue my beauty journey. But I started come back and did again full-time beauty influencer. I promised my dad a master, so I ended up was getting him a master after anyway. I did that while doing my full-time influencer job. It started going up after that too. So I was flying out to New York for BeautyCon. I continued to work with other beauty brands and to the point where I was reached out by, it's like an investor or marketing company that they want to, when they do like influencer collaboration with a brand. So they wanted to do that with me. So that's where like the business side got involved. And unfortunately, COVID hit. So the whole project has to like either dissolve or I can carry it on, but it has to be an independent company, which is like my own company, which is super hard decision at the time because in college, I don't think we learn anything business related.
Listen, you don't in med school either.
No,
Let me tell you that as a physician who turned entrepreneur, like I went through med school residency and they don't tell you anything business
nothing.
related
The only math we have is calculus. So I feel like I only have like science background. Anything creative is like self-taught and none of the business stuff I know. So it was another hard decision I have to make. But like after working with that business team for a little bit, I feel like I did pick up some knowledge from them. So I decided to take it over myself and start my own LLC. But I did have to source my product, which took me like about a year because I test out everything myself and go through so many manufacturer until like we get to the product, which was something, it was the same product, but it was different. I did rebrand to make it more clinical graded and clinical focus since I have that background anyway. But I did start a brand. It was more young and fun energy before we rebranded to where we are today. But that's how I got started. So it's a jump like how I mentioned to you. So it's either you do it, you will never be ready for it. So the best time to do it is to do it and then grow with it. Like how I mentioned that my brand wasn't what it is back then, but then I learn from feedback from customer, from our partners, and then develop it into where we are. And I still love taking feedback, both positive and negative, because that's how you build a really strong brand.
And especially, I imagine too, in things like beauty, not only does science advance, but like you had said, trends change, right? And what marketing trends change, and what consumers want
Habit
changes, and
change
what's
too.
hot. Yeah, what's hot changes, what habit changes. Like it's like life advances and you grow. But I think when I reflect back on all of the things that you say, the two things that I really want to mirror back is really like how you have had the courage and the bravery to really follow your heart. And I think that is so aspirational because I went as a coach, I think I see a lot of people in midlife or towards their late 40s, 50s that are like, I did what sort of society told me I should do. And now
Not
it
happy.
looks great. And I'm
Yeah.
so miserable inside
Right.
because in there somewhere I've lost who I am. So I
Yeah.
think it's just so remarkable and incredible that you had the bravery at such a relatively young age. And I don't mean this in a patronizing
Yeah.
way, but as I said, most of the women or men, even, I think that's what the midlife crisis, like that term
Yeah.
comes from, is that people get to a certain age and they're like, whoa, this is it, right? Because they followed everybody's expectations. So I think the first thing that I really want to pick up is just you as an example of following your heart and following your passion and doing what lights your soul on fire. And then the second point that, again, from a fellow entrepreneur, like, you can never be prepared for everything. But then I also, like, as you go on, I'm also like, we have a lot of skills to figure it out.
Right.
Everything is figure outable. I really believe that in
Me-
my business. And again, like pushing it over a million, it's a different skill set than when you start, than when you're looking for your first product. Like at every step of the way, you gain different skill sets. Do you have employees? Do you not have employees? Like are you working with partners? Are you not working with partners? Like it is like,
Every
you're
day is a
absolutely
new
right.
challenge.
Yes, it's a new challenge. We
You
can
wake
figure
up
it
to
out.
new
And there's no
problems.
manual for that. Like, yes, you could be like how to write a business plan, but for the real things, there's
Yes,
no manual.
no. And another thing, if it's in case it's helpful for someone who wanted to start their business, I did check mark, check off the box and all that. But at the end of the day, it's not a one size fit all. You have to tweak it into your routine, into your personality, into your lifestyles. And you do have to throw yourself out of comfort zone a lot. And there's a lot of sacrifice involved because, like you said, society expects you to buy a house at a certain age, having car, having family, having kids. But we do have to sacrifice, like maybe not owning a home, but invest in business, maybe not having kids right now, but your business, your baby. So it's like a lot of sacrifice that you have to be willing to do. That's just being honest since day one, because I have a lot of friends come to me for advice and I'm like, hey, will you be willing to not make money for a year? Like, I'm just being honest with you. I don't want you to waste your time, right? Because I would want someone to be honest with me if it's something I want to do and I go to them for advice. So every time someone comes to me for advice, I like to be honest with them. But just again, like, it's not a one size fit all. You have to tweak it. You have to sacrifice things that other people might have at the age or thing that you want, but it might pay off later on. And then just being patient is really important. But like me meeting Dr. Borger, I'm so glad I get to start my business because I get to meet so many amazing and inspiring other business owners or medical providers along these journeys. And it has been like a pleasure. I feel like I have a whole new family, not just friends, but like a whole new family and community.
Oh, thank you. I received that and I feel that same way. And I think that is really actually, in a way, one of the fun parts about entrepreneurship
It
is that
is.
you do get to connect with and you elevate your circle, right? Because suddenly these are the people you meet. These are the people you have conversations with. These are the people that make you be like, oh, wow, you're an example
It's
of what somebody can
possible.
do.
Yeah.
So it's possible. So let me set my goal higher, or let me
Yes.
set that next goal, or let me use that tip from this person, or even just somebody that you can send an email and be like, hey, I'm thinking about doing that. What was your experience with this? There is a really great like community also of
Right. Yeah.
belonging when you find the right entrepreneurs.
Yes. And it's just make you like not, it's a work, but it's like not a work. Like when I go to beauty events, I feel like I'm not at work. I'm just here seeing my friends, but actually we are all working for our businesses. So it's so fun. And even you with your like launch of your new locations, I feel like I wanted to go because for me, it's not like work. It's like going, supporting my friends or be there to help. So that's another part what I love of what I do.
Tell me about all the things Moshika Beauty is doing right now. That way, too, if we have listeners because we actually have listeners from like 48 countries. I know obviously a lot of the stuff you do is US based, but not everybody is here. Of course, if you're in fit, come to our med spa, Concierge Medical Arts, and look at the products themselves, try them. Like, you're going to love them. But tell me like all the other things for people that might not know that Moshika Beauty right now entails.
Yeah, so with Moshika Beauty right now, aside from growing within medical spa, we started off in local, very locally. I'm from Tampa, Florida. So we started our retailer in this area, but now we start to grow outside and across the US. For example, we are now available in North Carolina at Concierge Medical Arts and other states as well. So you can go on our website and search on find provider section. So you can put in your zip code and find a provider nearest to you that do carry our products. We known for our Full Magic Lash Kit, which is our best seller. But again, like Dr. Borger mentioned, we do expand into Korean skincare line. We don't have a wide range of product because I use and try on all the products before I bring them along. So we do have the K Beauty line, and we do also have a teeth whitening kit that I actually collaborate with my Korean. She's actually my dentist. So I have sensitive teeth as well. So we create like dental kit for anyone who have sensitive teeth. For example, like you cannot get like those strong teeth whitening. So this one is more innovative, do at home, also clean, vegan as well, and peroxide free. We also are going and expanding within the beauty retailer, for example, Salon Centric. We are also on their marketplace, and one more retailer coming up too. So make sure to follow up on our Instagram at Moshika Beauty.
I was gonna say, that was my next question. Look at that.
Yes.
People want to follow, connect, and you still post really great content, and you have this fabulous life of going to events, judging beauty pageants, like live vicariously through you. But
Oh, thank you.
yeah, so where can people find you online?
Yes, aside from our Moshika Beauty account, my account is Kate, Kate under Moshika, Moshika.
Awesome. And we're obviously going to link everything in the show notes.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And as a special gift to our listeners, you were also going to give them a little gift for trying your products with us.
Yeah, so if you are near Dr. Borger, you can go ahead and go and into the office, and we'll do special for you there as well. But if you are on the website, I will link the code in the description of the podcast so that you can get the discount there as well.
Thank you so much. And oh, the one thing that I wanted to mention about the lash kits that I don't think we talked about that I also love is that every lash kit actually comes with a whole bunch of stuff. So you get two different lashes. You
Yes.
get the liner, you get the little tweezers, or I don't know, are they considered tweezers?
Yeah, so they are
Applicator things.
more, yes, it's more like lash applicator. We call it as a lash wand because it's like the full magic. So it's like the lash wand, but ours is different because it's have a U curve. So it's made to easily fit to your eye shape because you curve it rather than like the tweezer where you like pluck your brows. So our tweezer are more lash friendly because this kit's supposed to be for makeup beginner to makeup pro, but it's supposed to help you with achieve any look. Like for example, we have the soft glam look, which is the one I'm wearing, which is more everyday wear, natural look for TJ Maxx run, Target run, Home Good run. And then you have another one which is like more date night, more full glam look. I think Dr. Bogers would
Yeah,
have.
that's the one I'm wearing. Look, we
Yeah.
didn't even coordinate this.
Yes.
Like those things,
So
but it can be both.
it can be
It
both.
can be both. I have used both of them on a daily basis, and I feel like even with the more glam ones, it's so outrageous that people are like, "Ooh, what's going on with these lashes?" Because
And
again,
that's, yes.
with the wand, Kate said, it curves to your lashes nicely, and I think it is one of the magic ways why you can literally just go boop and
Yes.
go in place, and you're like, "Whoa, this was magic."
Right. And she does carry both of our liner. We have it in jet black and also in clear. So if you want more natural look or you have lighter hair, you can do the clear one. I have some client who is a little intimidated by the black
I
liner.
mostly use the clear, and I think
Yeah.
that's probably also how I can take these lashes to like a more daytime look. That
Right. Yes.
if I do it with the clear like
Or
today, it's not so extreme.
so
Obviously, like you said, for a full glam look,
yes.
you might want to consider the black, or if you're
The
just
black one.
somebody who likes black eyeliner. As I said, yes, there is a soft glam and the full glam. Both of them can be used for every day, up or down. Absolutely love your product. Loved having a chance to talk to you about all of the things, beauty, entrepreneurship. I really think this was such a great conversation. So thank you so much for being so vulnerable and open with our listeners and sharing all of your experience and expertise.
My pleasure, and thank you so much for having me and giving me this opportunity to share my story with your listener. It has been a pleasure.
And for everybody out there, thank you for joining us for this episode. And definitely go check out Kate's social media. And most importantly, go check out all the products because I know you're absolutely going to love them. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Aesthetic Doctor podcast with Dr. Judith Borger. We'd love to connect with you outside of the show. Follow Dr. Borger on Instagram at Dr. Borger and find more online and ways to work with Dr. Borger at www.theaestheticdoctor.com. Until next time, be well.